We're here to talk today about building a team. So you've heard a lot of different things and different points today mention that, like just different pieces of it. So we'll try to pull it all together into a cohesive plan for you to build up a team around you. If you are part of a team already, then great. Maybe some of these concepts will help you to advance your team's learning. So let's get going.
We have no idea where the clicker is, by the way.
Yes, I just realized that.
I think this looks like it's the clicker.
That actually looks like
it. And we click and it works.
Yes, perfect.
All right, so.
So this is Eva.
Hi.
Eva is GDG lead for the Bronx chapter. So just because she's in the Bronx makes her really cool. We'll start with that. She's also Women Tech Maker Ambassador for her chapter as well, and mentor for the Northeast region in the United States.
Well, thanks, Greg. Hi, everybody. This is Greg. Okay, he is the GDG Cloud Calgary, that's a mouthful,
yes.
lead.
Also known as GDG YYC, although the Googlers never like me to say that.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to say YYC than Cloud Calgary.
It is, yes.
I can't say Cloud Calgary 3 times. And the mentor for the Canada region.
Absolutely.
Really cool. Without having to be from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was hidden. All right.
Oh, yeah, that slide. I thought we made that. Anyways.
We did.
So Canada region, where we're from, or where I'm from, and my co-Canada mentor is Laurence. Canada region has, I think we're up to...
You're missing my dot.
Yes, I know this. Yeah.
We're missing dots.
Yeah, we're missing dots, yes. We're up to like 30. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, we're up to about 30 chapters in Canada. And so, yeah, we've got some dots to add to this. Luckily, Eva doesn't have dots. She just has states.
Less maintenance.
Yeah, I think all of these states fit within like one little dot area of Canada. So that's the difference.
Yeah, that is the difference. Northeast. So what do we do? Right? What do we do as GDG organizers? We empower developers. And Greg, how do we do that?
So definitely there's a big aspect of inspiring people to do things they haven't tried before. Certainly with the cloud, there's a lot of stuff that's just brand new. A lot of us haven't even tried many of the tools that exist today. We help to educate folks. And then we help them to build and scale their solutions and also transform the things that they do within their companies. So most people aren't building net new unless you're a startup. So you're typically trying to transform an organization that you're working with using the cloud tools, make it better, make it more efficient. And the whole goal of this is to do it
together.
Yeah, just like all of us. We're better together.
So with the togetherness, we're going to talk about why team. Why team? There's so much to be done.
Yeah, there's like a million things to be done.
Yeah,
like, does anyone feel a little bit overwhelmed with how many things there are to do as an organizer? Put your hands up. And then turn to your neighbor. If they don't have their hand up, you can call them a liar. It's okay. Yeah. So yeah, tons of stuff.
Food.
Yeah, we've got speakers. Logistics.
Yeah, getting your stuff to its destination.
Yep. We've got venues to worry about. And then the people that run the venues, unless they're us.
Graphics.
Yeah, graphic design. Is anyone a graphic designer here? That's surprising. Okay, so that's a thing that we got to figure out how to do.
Announcements.
Yeah, announcements, swag, as you heard about earlier.
And then go time.
And then just, emails and communications, and like there's just a bunch of stuff. And the funny thing about this stuff is that it all interrelates, so it's always connected. If you get doing one thing, it's not like you can just do that thing just by itself. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. They're all connected together. So.
Going it alone.
Yeah, so you could be this hero.
You could you?
Yeah, like a lone hero of one, and like really the most badass hero in your community.
You just strike your superhero pose.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you?
I think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Burnout is real.
Yeah, and yeah, this isn't just a picture of a guy smelling his elbow. Yeah, he's tired, and it is real, right? Has anyone been to or done an event where, like, afterwards, maybe it's for some short period of time or for a longer period of time, they really don't feel like talking to anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see some hands up in the back. Everyone else, you're liars. Yeah. But it's true, right? Burnout is real. It's a real thing, and it happens. After DevFest in November, I think I tried to not talk to anybody for 2 straight months. So, and somehow we got some things done. So.
You can't even manage to drive yourself home sometimes after an event. Right? I can't.
Yep. Yeah.
I have proof. People know.
This is true.
So diversity is strength.
That's right. And when you think about it, I mean, as a solo hero, it's pretty hard to be diverse because you have only your own opinions and your own perspectives and your own things and your own strengths.
And your own shape and your own size.
Your own shape and your own size and your own brain.
Yeah, and I can't reach the things that he can reach.
Yeah, like top shelf stuff, right? Yeah.
He can't fit into the tiny spaces I can get to.
No, that's true. Yeah, especially, definitely.
Yeah. You drop your phone, I'm there for you.
If you leave something on the top shelf, I'll get it off.
Yeah.
So yeah, diversity of strength, and not just about skills, not just about gender and things related to the classic things we think about diversity, but how we think, our skill bases, and those types of things.
Motivation. We could go all day and say, I can do this, let me do this, I got this, and then be like, I don't.
Sometimes you don't feel like sending the email you're supposed to send a week ago.
So your buddy tells you, hey, we have this big to-do list. It's not going away. Want me to take some things off your list, or you want to handle what you were going to handle?
Yeah. And as superheroes, we try to take it all on, right? And probably one of the biggest things to learn is that other people do show up and they are there to help. And so this motivation doesn't always have to come from within. And of course, we know it doesn't always come from within. Sometimes it's the people around us that help us keep going.
Yeah, we can lean on each other.
That's right. And this sort of leads into this other idea that ultimately we also know that things change all the time. We change, our jobs change, our lives change, our life situation changes. And if we don't have a team,
we can't always get it done.
Yeah.
What if one person can't make it and they were leading that event? Does that mean that you cancel the entire event? Does it mean that if you move, your community dies out? And what about all the community members? Where do they go? What do they do? So maintaining your community, sustaining your community, and allowing it to thrive and grow really relies on building a strong team.
That's right. Yeah. So, you're a lone hero. How many lone heroes or heroes of two, maybe? Maybe a hero with a sidekick do we have? So a good portion of us. How many people have more than 2 team members? Okay, that's fantastic. How many people came from come from a chapter that someone else started? Dang, you guys are all pros. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's lots to learn about these different situations. And so rallying people to your cause, we think it starts with something that Naveen talked a little bit about this morning, which is goals and mission. And so, Eva, maybe I'll ask you, what's the mission? What are you trying to accomplish with GDG Bronx?
Bring tech to the Bronx instead of having to go elsewhere.
That's pretty flashy. I like it. And I imagine you use that all the time when you talk to people.
Yeah, that was the founding reason.
Yeah.
So we continue to use this today. It still applies.
Oh,
How about you?
Yeah, ours was to help our developers build what's next and transform legacy. So that means to build the solutions of the future and then transform the organizations that they work with to move closer to the future. So that's our reason to be here. And so now, we just want you all to spend just a minute or two and turn to your neighbor, preferably it's someone that's not in your community. Be interesting to see if they were in your community, and just share your mission or vision, and share that with the person next to you. So if you don't know what it is, come up with something. Why do you do what it is that you do? Why does your chapter exist? What's important about that? And try and distill it down to 1 or 2 sentences. If you can get there, then you're in a pretty good place. So let's try that. Take 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah, you got tons of
They're
time.
going to kick us off the stage.
Yeah.
3 minutes. You have 30 seconds.
We'll cut them off halfway through.
I have no idea how much time we have. I can't can't see any of that. Oh, that's it. Okay, we're good.
4 minutes. Time check. So we've got 10 minutes? We're a little bit behind.
Yeah, we started late. That's why.
Yeah,
We started late.
yeah. So. Oh well, we'll rip through this.
Okay, we started late, so we have no idea based on the clock time.
Yeah, we don't. It's not the same. We'll wrap it up. Yeah. All right. Has everyone had a chance to share? If you haven't had a chance to share, switch right now. We're going to give you 10 more seconds. Yeah.
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
1.
And that's how you rally people to your cause.
Yes. So what did you find out about the person next to you? Anyone want to share maybe someone's vision that they shared with you that maybe inspired you or got you a little bit excited about what it is that they are doing?
She is, oh, sorry.
Sorry about that. Zero prompting.
She is bringing about tech to a tech community that doesn't exist yet in Hawaii.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Startup community, sorry. I said
That's
that wrong.
awesome. No, that's okay. Yeah, and the nice thing about that is super short, right? It's something that you can attach on and be like, huh, tell me more about that.
Anybody
Anyone
else? A one-sentence mission?
Right back there.
I just got to know Ed and GDG Santa Clara. They started to grow the nonprofit tech community that was already there, Hacker Dojo, and get more resources to it.
Perfect.
Oh, cool, thank you.
Yeah. So we use our vision and mission a lot. I use it in all of our communications. Whenever I reach out to someone to talk about sponsorship or talk about speaking or anything else, it's right up front and center. And the reason is because we want people to understand what is it we're doing. We're not just delivering events. We're trying to accomplish something that's bigger than that, a greater goal than just delivering a monthly event. That's important. That's the core of what we do. But what are we headed towards? So I'd recommend spending some time on this.
The Bronx is booming. It's not burning.
Yeah, agreed. And the reason why we do all this is because ultimately we need to bring people along for the journey. So we need to bring developers along, we need to bring partners along, we need to bring sponsors along, we need to bring Google along sometimes, right? Like along for our journey. So, and the developer journey isn't something that just starts, right? Like everyone's actually on a path. And the great thing about the path is that it's actually cyclical, meaning as people move along the path, they become influencers. And so as we invite, inspire, intermingle, get people to go off and initiate their own sort of learning in the cloud on their own, and as they iterate through that cycle, then we can pull them back into our community to showcase what is it they've learned. And that helps them to innovate, helps us to show the innovation, and ultimately those people become influencers. And so by having a strong vision or mission, and then helping people to see the path that they might walk, it makes it easier to attract team members to help build the path out for other developers, and then also help developers in your community know sort of where they might be on the path. And so, yeah, that's overall helps people to just walk the path easier.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yes.
Identifying your superheroes and sidekicks. I mean, come on, who doesn't like superheroes and sidekicks? So here we have Batman and Robin. You can pick your superheroes and sidekicks that you love. We just happen to pick these. We're not forcing them on you. But we have key similarities and then some differences that separate the superheroes from your volunteers, from your sidekicks. So sidekicks and superheroes, they will take initiative, they will want to give back, they will voice their opinions, say when they think that something should be done differently, and hopefully even implement that new difference that will improve your event, improve your community. Make suggestions. So not going full through with the implementation, but saying, why don't we try this? Why don't we try that? Why don't we move our event there next time?
Have you thought about doing a session on X? Has anyone ever had someone come up to them after a meetup and made some sort of suggestion? It's a pretty strong indication you might have a sidekick on your hands.
And you try to reel them in for next time. So we're hosting this event. You think you might be able to come early and help out? Or You want to pick something up in advance that we might need, whatever it might be.
Do you have any skills and experience in that area? We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to work with you on that. So just making it open. So when someone does come with a suggestion, because that's sort of that area where you know for sure, if they're thinking about a suggestion, they probably have a way maybe to execute on that, and you can pull them in pretty easily.
And sidekicks can be volunteers, speakers, everyday attendees. Superheroes take it a step or two or more further. They see and they seize the opportunity. They see that that cup is going to spill before it spills. And they run to, move it away from the edge. Or they see that, maybe the food won't be here on time. Let's look up other vendors in the area. They take the opportunity to invite speakers. They take the opportunity to give talks or prepare an additional talk in case a speaker doesn't show up. What else do superheroes do?
Yeah, they typically know how to improve something, meaning they have the skills to fix it. So you probably see these folks show up in your group at different times. You may be one of these people where you see a problem, you can get to the heart of what's going on, and then you can quickly work on a solution, just fix it and make it better for the next time. And that's typically, again, these things are kind of fluid, so don't think of them as hard categories. People move in between them all the times. But the point here is that as you see people seize opportunity, and as you see people that know how to get things done and change them and improve them, again, good indication that they're moving sort of along in their journey, or they just come with those skills. They're good people to invite to join your team. Yeah. So.
And when we're talking about GDG, we may have volunteers from forums or from them attending events and then offering to volunteer for the next one. How do we separate our volunteers, our sidekicks, from our organizers? How do we make the decision to bring them on as an official organizer and grow our team, our immediate team, our A-team, and have them there for the long run? So here are some of those
things. So if you want to lead the A-team.
Yeah. So you decided they're going to be part of your team. How do you lead this?
You've got a mission and a vision, which is great. Now you've got to connect people to the tactical. Just because you said, let's build what's next and transform legacy, doesn't mean people can definitely connect to that. And so you've got to help them connect to the tactical things that they can do, which sometimes they seem esoteric to the vision. So you've got to be able to say, okay, in order to help people build what's next, maybe we need a better set of speakers. So then we have to break that down into smaller and smaller chunks. And so the smaller the chunks that you can hand someone off, help them understand why the chunk exists and why it connects to the thing up here, which is your vision, the more effective you'll be. So that's just your first step for building your A-team.
Clarifying roles. Without clarity, your team members, you won't really know where you're going. So by identifying who does what, by them volunteering for some item that needs to be done, because then each one of us will be more interested and more dedicated towards completing the task, of course, and then making those responsibilities meaningful. I want to make sure that we have the best swag ever because I want to see people wearing it. Or I want to make sure that people enjoy the food because, well, I'm Greek, so food is really important to me. And I'll say, okay, I have to figure out who we're going to have for food, for example, right? So pick whatever it is that is important to you. Allow your other organizers to pick whatever it is that's important to them. And agree on, all the tasks, split them out, get it done.
Yeah. And when things are meaningful, people tend to work harder at them. So it helps them to connect to it, and then you'll get a lot more done. So this is one that I struggle with. I'll just say it. I struggle with reaching out to people and reaching out to them in times when I'm not just asking them for something. And as an organizer, it feels really crappy to reach out to my team members only when I need something done. I feel crappy about it. I imagine everyone else will. So it's important as well to just reach out in other times. So it's not just all the work. It's also building a community of your team. So it's not just building the whole community, it's building your team community as well, and helping people to recognize that you appreciate them, that you enjoy having them around, that you appreciate the work that they've done and the skills that they bring to the table. So Just a good key thing. And this is mostly, I'll just say, a reminder for myself. So if it's helpful for anyone else, then yeah, definitely use it.
Sending a message, hey, how are you? Happy holidays, whatever it might be. It doesn't need to be because you are just working on an event coming up.
Yeah.
Let them know that they're important to you as people. And if they need a ride somewhere or whatever it might be, you are a team.
Yeah.
Delegation. I told you to do this. No, please, no. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Not in GDG. And I'm sure you don't either.
No, and actually it's, yeah, like we've covered some of these already, but it is important, right? Like you're going to burn out if you take everything on. I know all about this, actually. I'm pretty good at taking a lot of things on, but it's important to delegate. And the reason is it's not necessarily for you, it's for you to help your team members. Because if you don't give them anything ever, then they're never going to be able to help, and they're never going to get good at it. And so when you turn around looking for, when you actually do need the help, there's going to be no one there that has worked through it a couple of times to be able to get competent with it.
Yeah. Sometimes sitting down and taking the time to plan out what you need and who can help you will take you through to the finish line, even if it seems easier to just run by the seat of your pants. Oh, I need to get this done. I'll just do it. I'm not going to bother that person. I'll just do this. I'll not bother that person. And then we end up on the floor, what was it, smelling our elbow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Elbow smellers.
So, set up the time frames. That's very important. I think we saw that more than once.
Yes, that's right. So we wanted to take all of these superpowers and just break them down to some very simple concepts now and just spend a few minutes doing this. How much time do we have?
Yeah, how are we on time? Because
We got, like, you said 20, 30 minutes? Okay, technically.
really?
Okay.
But because we started late or because we're over time?
No, because
We're just there. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, so speed mode.
Okay, superpowers are not actually true. They're just a combination of people, processes, and platforms. So that's the first thing you have to remember. And so there's 4 themes around building out your people, processes, and platforms. And where those different areas intersect, you begin to get these different themes of learn, lead, scale, and deliver. And so as you notice on the Venn diagram, as things connect together, and then as you move through and building a team, as you move through this, you can move from a tactical place. So today you're just delivering events and just trying to get one event out every month. Over time, your community has the potential to become transformational in your ecosystem. And so what you're looking for is how do you build the people, processes, and the platforms to transition from one area to the other? We can move
A
on.
lot of it comes naturally through
Yep.
our human learning process.
That's true. So we'll just cover quickly the 4 themes, and then we'll be done. But yes, learning. So how do you help your team upskill? So as a leader in your community, you also have a community of team. How do you help them learn the things that they need to learn to augment? And how do you augment your team with outside help when needed? So that's just something to think about. Leading is the extent to which your team is supported by a clear vision. So again, we talked about vision. That's really important. And how do you help your team be cross-functional and collaborative? And so think about this as you're building out your team. We'll move on to the next one. Scale. So, it's great. Everything that we do is physical. Unfortunately, physical things don't scale really well. So how do you use platforms and process to scale better? How do you document those things and the quality of what you have actually put maybe your process out somewhere? So you'll notice this with the GDG North America communities. The website's a great resource. You don't have to go ask 5 people where things are because it's all documented there. So find ways to document, find ways to reduce your operational overhead. Because again, every time you have to touch something, it's time out of your day that you could be using delivering value back to the community.
Shared drive, forms,
Yep.
sheets, docs.
Yeah. And then, okay. So tactical to transformational. This is just an overview of what those things are. We're not going to spend any time on this.
Yeah,
The slides will be
let's
available.
go.
Yeah, let's go.
Strategy.
Yeah, strategic.
Figuring it out and putting it into play.
Yep.
And
And
we're
then
over
finally
time. Transformational. We're just going to speed through.
Yep. And so, yeah, as you build your team, again, it's not just about the people. You have to keep in mind that it's people in relation to the processes and the platforms that you use. And so those 3 things together actually will make up and help make your team really successful. Okay, that's us.
All right, we weren't that much out of time.
Thank you.